So about 2 months ago, I read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear. I wanted to get more into reading books that would actually, have an impact on my life, not just the usual self-help BS books with practical advice that you can start implementing right away. So with James Clear's Atomic Habits, I felt like there was so many practical pieces of advice or true life lessons that he learned that had an impact on me. For example, I learned something called temptation bundling. I learned about habit stacking, that I applied these to my life literally a week after I finished reading the book, or actually some of them I applied while reading the book, and immediately they actually worked. I saw that they actually worked. I'll give you guys an example. Habit stacking is pretty much when you find yourself doing a habit already, then you add something on top of it and then another one on top of it. And then temptation bundling is waiting to do what it is that you want to do, the temptation that you have, until after you've completed the task that you need to complete. So I'll give you an example. I use this usually when I work from home. I love having my coffee. It's like my chill time while I'm working. I sometimes have it early, sometimes middle, the workday, whatever. But it's that thing that I really look forward to during my work days. So what I started doing is I would tell myself, hey, I'm going to send 50 emails or do 40 calls, and then I'm going to allow myself to have the coffee. That's why it's called temptation bundling, because you bundle the habit that you want with the temptation that you have. It gives you kind of a sort of motivation to complete the task that you need to complete. And then with habit stacking, it's pretty much just adding a habit that you want to get to something that you already do every day. For example, for me, I wanted to add washing my face, doing my skincare routine in the morning. So what I did is I put on my face wash right next to my sink downstairs where I usually wake up, I wash my face and I brush my teeth. That way, it made it so much easier to also just do my face wash and wash my face at the same time, right? Pretty much those are two great, there's many more, practical tips and practical pieces of advice that I put into my life from this book. The reason I made this video is because in this book, I learned a very, very crucial lesson that kind of just cemented this knowledge that I already had, this belief that I already had. And that is, when it comes to success, the biggest threat that we all face is not failure, but it's actually boredom. Think about this. How many times have you felt pumped up, hyped up to start something new, whether it be a new business, start making videos, start, making paintings if you're into art, whatever it may be. You get yourself going, you start day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and then after a week passes and you start kind of doing the same thing every day, it becomes a routine, you find yourself just getting bored with it. You find yourself not having that motivation that you had at the beginning. You find yourself not being as hyped up as you were in the beginning. You find that you haven't exactly gotten the results that you wanted and you just get bored. This is the exact place where most people see failure. Failure is not if you want to become a YouTuber and you post a YouTube video and it gets like 3 views. That's not failure. Failure is when you find yourself so bored with just doing the same thing every day that you're like, you know what, I'm just gonna quit. But that, my friends, precisely is what differentiates a professional from an amateur. Professionals, the reason why they are so good at their craft, they're so good at what they do, there's obviously the known factors, maybe genetics, natural talent, they had the right circumstances for them to develop that talent, whatever it may be. But the most important reason is that they fall in love with boredom. They show up every day and do the same exact thing every single day. They understand some days their motivation is going to be lower, they'll still show up. They understand sometimes their motivation is going to be extremely high, and those days they're going to go even harder. Because think about this, let's say professional basketball players. Their job at practice, they pretty much do the same thing every single day, shoot the basketball into the hoop. Every single day. Soccer players, they're going to go to the field, they're going to do usually the same training program. Professional players with their team that they do every single day. It gets very, very boring. Even to get to the professional level, they had to do the same thing every single day. They had to do 100 basketball shots every single day. They had to do 2 hours of training out on the soccer field doing drills, running around the field 30 times every single day. Now, the reason some people are going to reach the professional level and others are not, putting aside talent and natural abilities, is because one group of people got bored with it. They just got tired of doing it every single day. They weren't motivated anymore, so they quit. While the other, they showed up every single day, no matter how bored they were, no matter how much they didn't want to show up. The book then goes into some habits that always have change in them, right? That are easily addictive. Such things like porn, video games, gambling. All these things have a side of novelty to them where you're not going to get bored. With gambling, out of all the times you're going to play, you're not going to lose every single time, you're not going to win every single time. So it gives it that novelty, that change that you look forward to. So let's say you play the first game, you lose, the second game you lose, the third game, but in the back of your mind you know, hey, maybe the next one I'm going to win, maybe the next one I'm going to win. And that's that novelty that you're not going to have in these kind of tasks like, hey, I want to become an artist, I want to become a YouTuber, I want to become a professional athlete. There's going to be that novelty. You're just going to be doing the same thing every single day. But with video games, hey, at this game that I play, maybe something new is going to happen. The storyline is going to switch up. Hey, maybe this online game that I'm going to play, someone's going to do something like 6-shot, or I don't really play video games, so I don't know. But there's always that constant change that keeps you hooked, that keeps you addicted to it. It keeps you coming back for more and more that you don't see with many paths that we want to follow and want to see success in. For example, for me with YouTube, after I posted, I told myself I was going to post every single day for a month. On day 30, I started to just get bored. I was like, I'm going to do the same thing, sit in front of the camera and record a video again. I'm going to do a short again. I got bored of it, right? And it wasn't down to my passion, because passion, motivation fades. Many people are going to tell you if you find something you're truly passionate about, you're going to be excited to do it every single day. No, you're not. Some days you're just going to wake up and you're like, I just want to take a day off. I don't want to do it today. Maybe a few days later again, you're like, man, I'm feeling, this week is not my week. I don't feel like doing it again, right? That's what's going to stop us. For YouTube, once I reached that point, I was like, you know what? I still have to show up, even though I need to become sort of like a machine. It doesn't matter if I feel like it or not. I need to sit in front of the camera and record the video. And that's exactly what I felt today. That's why this video was so perfectly timed for me, because I know someone who's watching this right now is probably going through the same thing. They don't feel like going to the court and putting up hoops today. They're like, I don't want to put up 100. I did it yesterday. I've been putting up 100 shots every single day for the past 3 months, and I haven't gotten signed to an NBA team yet. But bro, you still have to keep going. We have to show up every single day. I did not want to record today. I did not feel like it. The day has just gone by really fast. I've had a ton of stuff to do, but I told myself, I promised myself, my word, I need to stick to the word that I give myself. I need to be a man of my word, even to ourselves. And I told myself I was always going to post every single day, because at the end of the day, the person who wins is not the most skilled, the most talented, the hardest working even. It's the one who's most consistent, simply because they're going to show up every single day. I don't know how many views this video is going to get. It's probably going to get 3 views. My last video got 2 views. The one before got 0 views. But that doesn't matter. When it comes to me showing up, it's just about showing up. It's not tied to the result. It's tied to the consistency. That's my target of how many days can I get in a row. Of course, something's eventually going to come up. I might be extremely sick. I'm not able to record a video. But until then, until there's some excruciating circumstance that stops me from doing it, I will show up every single day, and you need to do the same thing no matter what it is that you want to achieve. The book also mentions the idea of novelty that I just previously mentioned as being the reason people skip from one business idea to the next, from one workout plan to the next, from one meal plan to the next. And I see there's so much, especially on YouTube, when it comes to side hustles or online businesses to start. Everyone probably started out with dropshipping. They did dropshipping for a month. Maybe they didn't even get into it. They tried it. It failed. Let me jump onto the next one. It failed. Let me jump onto the next one. I'll give this 3 more weeks while it's fun, while it's entertaining, while there's novelty. Then you get bored and you skip to the next one. That's what it is that's stopping you from success. Stop jumping from one thing to the next. I guarantee you there's no special new workout plan or some special new meal plan that's going to help you reach your goals that differently than the one you're doing right now. If you're showing up to the gym every single day and you're doing a certain amount of exercise that you've done for a month, just stick to it. It's gonna get boring, right? Just know, even when you switch to that next one, it's also going to get boring. But if you want to see results, you have to stick to something for a long period of time. If you want to start YouTube, you need to know that you have to stick to it and show up for 2-3 years before finally you get lucky. Finally you make your own luck and one of your videos goes viral. Now people are subscribing to you. Now they're looking at your channel, like binge watching your channel. They're like, damn, he has a lot of good videos. Why? Because you were consistent every single day and you continued to hone in on your skills even when it got boring. Even when you got really good at it, you continued to fine-tune by showing up every single day. Fine-tune more and more and more. that's when you're going to reach that ultimate success. And another point I'd like to make is that we often think these people who are at the top of whatever hustle, whatever endeavor that they're in, never get bored, never face this boredom. Many of us think they're just so passionate and so in love with what they're doing that they cannot get bored. Why would Ronaldo get bored with playing soccer, man? He makes all these millions of dollars, he has all this fame, he has all this success. Why would he ever get bored? I guarantee you every single professional has been bored for long periods of time of what it is that they were doing. I guarantee you, but that's why they're professionals, because through the boredom, through the days of not wanting to show up, through the days of low motivation, they were disciplined enough to still show up. I don't even like to call it discipline, I just like to call it consistency. You have to just show up no matter how you feel. Your feelings are irrelevant to you sitting down in front of the chair and recording that video. Your feelings, put them to the side and go out to the basketball court and put up 100 shots. Put your feelings to the side, go out to the soccer field and run 5 laps and take 100 shots. That's the only thing separating us from those people at the top. If we just stick to something, whatever it is that we have an interest in, right? Because of course you have to be passionate about the thing. But even when you're passionate, know you're going to go through boredom. But it's better that you're more passionate about what it is that you're pursuing, because at the end, you have the end goal in mind, and that end goal is going to kind of keep you going. You have to know that all these other people also get bored. That's the only thing, that's the only difference between us and them, is that when they got bored, they showed up. And many of us, a lot of the time, we did not show up. And that one day that we didn't show up turned into 2. That 2 days turned into 3, soon 4, soon a week, soon months, and slowly we fell off while they continued to grind. Because if you only show up when you feel like it, you're just never going to be good enough. John down the street also wants to become a YouTuber, but John posts every day. John woke up this morning extremely unmotivated, tired, he's hungover, and he has a headache, but he told himself he has to post a YouTube video to make it. He's going to post. I woke up today and I also didn't feel like posting the video. I was a little bored. I haven't gotten any results lately. All these 2 videos I posted the past few days got 0 views. But when I woke up, I remember that John down the street is also going for the dream that I want. He's also going for that life that I want to live. So I also have to show up. Because if I only show up when I feel like it, he's always going to be better than me. Then there's another guy in another city who's also going to show up. And another one, while others don't show up. Those people that show up are always going to be better. And that's what I want to leave you guys with, man. Stick to something, whatever it is. If you want to do dropshipping, if you want to do affiliate marketing, if you want to do whatever the hell it may be, just stick to it every single day. Know you're going to get bored. Accept boredom and fall in love with boredom. Fall in love with being mentally powerful enough and disciplined enough to show up even when you're bored. And after, you're going to feel like a king or a queen. You're going to feel so strong and powerful, because even when everything was telling you to not show up, you still pulled up and you went through and you got through with that workout. It might have not been the best workout of your life, but at the end, it's those fine details that matter. It's you versus the guy or the girl down the street going for that same dream, but when you showed up, they didn't. That little bit of extra skill, or maybe it was your lucky day. Maybe that was the lucky day that where the video that you posted is the one that blew up. Or maybe it's your lucky day that day that you showed up to train, a scout came and saw you. I know that's unlikely, but you know what I mean. So guys, keep grinding, keep showing up every single day. I'm gonna be showing up every single day. I'm gonna be out here posting every single day. I can promise you that. I give you my word, and I don't fail when I give my word. I promise you. Thank you guys for watching.